everybody, and welcome to Wine Library TV. God, that got high. That was good. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is the Thunder Show, and I'm going to keep it toned down, even though I shot real up in the beginning. Probably broke a couple speakers there. The big-ass glasses here, but other than that, yeah, there's a couple Thundercats. But other than that, I'm going to get very serious on you today. 5 wines, so it's going to take a long time, so we're going to really just buckle down. No mannerisms, no jokes, no me being me. No, I'm going to be a focused wine professional like I am every other time besides when this camera and the monster is in front of me. Now, that being said, I'm very, very saddened by the news that I read all the comments, and I just don't feel that there is enough momentum for the Link It Up Mott. Mott, Link It Up is not going to be a t-shirt, and that's too bad. I mean, just didn't have enough juice in it, I guess, Mott. Sorry, man. Here's some coal. Anyway, let's get into these wines, and I'm really excited about that. And first, we're going to start with the Mahi 2007 Sauvignon Blanc, which rolls in at 15 bones from Marlborough. A very interesting wine to the Thunder Show because if you might remember, Mott, I don't know if you do, the 2006 was a very huge hit for me, a wine that I fell in love with. Really probably one of my favorite New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs in the last 2 or 3 vintages. And since then, people have been really asking for it. Like really, God, I love the big ass glass. Have really been asking for it. Unfortunately, we sold it all and were unable to get any. We had to wait, because patience is the key, and the 07 is now here, and I'm very excited about trying this wine. Once again, it comes with very, very pretty color. I'm liking that. I'm feeling that. Why not? It is complete chaos outside, and I got to get this show over and done with, but I'm going to really get focused and zeroed on because there's chaos downstairs on the floor. It's a busy time of year. Today's like 3rd busiest day of the year, and there's a lot of hoopla going on downstairs, so I want to get down there and shake some hands and kiss some babies. But right now, we're going to focus on this wine, so let's give it a little bit of a sniffy sniff. And once again, aromatically, just an absolutely spectacular nose. I'm getting enormous amounts of green grass, freshly cut. What I love here is I'm getting beautiful and very obvious snow peas coming through. And if you love snow peas, you'll absolutely love the nose on this because it's loaded with that. I get a little sense of pure grapefruit juice, which is spectacular. Speaking about pure juice, I bought an $8 pomegranate juice yesterday. Absurd. $8 for juice. Crazy. Just a beautiful nose, and really coming across just elegant. A little hint of creaminess coming through on the nose as well. Really an exciting, gorgeous bouquet. One that I think really reminds me why I love bouquets so much. I mean, this is an experience. As you can see, I'm really pausing and kind of, sidetracking as I continue to smell this wine, because I'm worried that it will not, add up to be as good on the mouthfeel and on the palate as it is on the nose. It's just an exceptional and extraordinary nose. And really, there are just some wines that you can just sit and smell all day long, and it's worth the price of admission. This is getting very close to that kind of wine. Let's give it a whirl. Almost like a sour cream in texture on the mouthfeel. That's how heavy this Sauvignon Blanc is. Heavier than most $30, $40 cru high-end level Sancerres that I've had from the Loire Valley, which is the home of classic Sauvignon Blanc. As a matter of fact, this actually reminds me more of some high-end Didier Dagagneau wines from the Loire Valley, some of his Pouilly Fumés, than anything else. Just on the texture and the explosiveness. Very pure, very clean. I get some gooseberry on this, on the mouthfeel. I also get a little bit of a watermelon peel. After you eat the watermelon, just that white part at the edges, if you nibble on that, like I do. Honeydew is coming through, but once again, dominated by grass. Little hints, just a sprinkle of cat pee on the mouthfeel as well, which is a classic New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc terminology. This is ripping again. I get a little vegetal component. I like the greenness of this. I get almost a jalapeno pepper-esque kind of finish. I almost feel a spiciness on the finish. This wine is ripping, absolutely, positively bringing the thunder, and I'm going 92 points on this spectacular 15 $15 New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc really beats the living crap out of, let's say, Cloudy Bay, which has lately been disappointing me. So, a superstar effort. Once again, Mahi is really impressing me. And the reason I've scored it so high, I can tell you right now why. It's the snow peas. So if you're not a fan of snow peas, beware. Let's move on. Fisher, 2005 Whitneys Chardonnay. 90 to 92 points, Robert Parker. $52 US. And I probably selected this wine for one reason. One, it's $52 US, and it gives me an opportunity, as you know, I use the price points as terminology toward jersey numbers, to give a big shout out to who I think should be the Defensive Rookie of the Year, my friend Mr. Dave Harris, linebacker for your New York Jets, who took over for Vilma and has completely outshined Vilma's play. A scary individual from the University of Michigan, who I am very thrilled to be a New York Jet. Kudos to him, number 52. Giants never had any good 52s. Pepper Johnson. Anyway, 90 to 92 Parker, very expensive for California Chardonnay. $52 is absurd for California Chardonnay in the market today. However, a very fair price if it was a top-notch white Burgundy. So, since white Burgundy is Chardonnay, why can't a California Chardonnay command this kind of price? Yes, we have the Kisslers and the Markisons and some of the Ramies, I know, but $52 is a lot of money for Cali Chard. Great golden color, reminds me of a little bit of early, I would say circa 1981, Rick the Nature Boy. Woo! Flair from the Four Horsemen hair color on the golden locks, as I like to call them. Absolutely beautiful. Let's give it a little bit of a sniffy sniff. This is nice. Ooh. I've actually been a very, very big down guy on the Fisher Whitneys. Did I put this on the screen? I'm getting so wild, I don't even know. Did we zoom in on it? Did I call it the Whitneys? Reserva? I don't know. Anyway, the Whitneys is a long-time cru high-end version of the Fisher Chard, which I've always been a guy to kind of pee on them. A little bit like, I'm not that big of a fan. I think these are overpriced Chardonnays. So going in, I have not had traditionally great success with the premium Fisher Chardonnays, but right on the smell, this is really excellent. Very Burgundian. I get some really pretty apples, almost like apples drenched in a little bit of like movie butter. I like that, but the butter is not that heavy. So I got to be careful with the way I'm describing that to you. I almost get like a banana taffy, saltwater taffy component, which is just gorgeous. I love it. It's smelling tremendous. And the white wines are off to a rapid start. I mean, this could be a 5 for 5 show on paper. There is some serious juice. We've never had a 5 for 5. Let's give it a whirl. Gorgeous weight on the palate, very creamy, a little hint of butter. I get nice solid oak, but no oak monster, just the way you like it. Like Hacksaw Jim Duggan's 2x4. Smack to the face, but you're not hurt, you're just getting the pretty colors. I also get a little bit of flint, like a flintstone kind of component. Yabba dabba do. I'm very, very excited with the overall mouthfeel of this wine. It does come across like a top-notch white Burgundy. It does remind me of some premium single vineyard Chasson Montrachet that rolls in at $60 to $80, and I enjoy. This is a very fine, old world, Burgundian-styled effort from California with just a blast at the end of popcorn, buttered popcorn, that makes you say, there's the sunshine of California. Kudos to Fisher, a winery I've been very critical on through the years. I wish we had been doing Wine Library TV for 10 years. You would see how outside the box this is. This is a really impressive effort, actually, and I'm going to score this wine 93 plus points. I think Parker underscored this wine. I think this is a Chardonnay that shows the classic capabilities of Kistler Chardonnay, and I would be more than proud to bring this to a Kistler Chardonnay blind tasting and win it with a Fisher wine. Then I get kicked out of the group. You can't do that, Gary. You broke the rules. I always break the rules. That's my thing. Don't you get it? Well, we don't really like you for that. Well, then I don't like you either. You know what I mean? So that's what would happen in that scenario. And I would win. Great job for Whitney Fisher. Kudos on this effort. Tremendous wine. Great stuff. Great stuff. Excellent. Let's move on to the wine that I think is going to steal the show. I'm excited for it. Quinta do Crasto, excuse me, 2005, Douro, Reserva Old Vines, 95 points. Wine Spectator, $28 US. Curtis Martin's number, I may add. And, you know, from Touriga Nacional and other indigenous grapes from Portugal. This is a wine that is scored very high in the Wine Spectator. We are selling it like it has the cure inside of the bottle, which is once again proven that it doesn't matter where the wine's from, even though our Portuguese sales are soft in general in the premium level. A 95-point score from Wine Spectator and or Robert Parker. If it was poop from Greece and it got 97 Parker, we would sell pallets. So once again, ratings are king in this industry, which is a darn shame. Exploring and trusting your own palate has to be the case, but I understand what ratings do. They are a guidance. This is guiding me to believe that this wine is going to rock my pants off. I like when my pants are rocked off by wine. So let's see if this really does that, because if it doesn't, then I will be sadul. Unlike Radul. So let's give this a whirl. Oh, I like that. Saddle is awesome. And right off the batch, Saddle could be happening because this is coming across with a little bit of that fake high C fruit juice, fruit punch I can buy for $2 at Lanco. That's right, old place that, you know, got torn down now. It's Walmart in West Jersey. Old school Lanco, fake high C, you know, 48 packs of high C juice for 10 cents pricing. Nose. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. I do get a little hint of cranberry. There's a little bit of a black is it black cherry soda? Yeah, a little bit of a no-name brand black cherry soda component on the nose as well. So it's interesting. Let's give it a whirl. I'm disappointed, and I'm really disappointed. It's a nice wine, don't get me wrong. It's actually a very decent bottle of wine. It comes off a little Zinfandel meets Carmenere to me, with a little spice of like black pepper and almost like a curry kind of component on the mid palate towards the finish. It's got a medium body component, but it kind of thins out in certain areas. I am in total disagreement with the Wine Spectator on this wine. I do not see how even close that they could get excited and give this wine 95 points. It does have a little viscous on the beginning, but then really mellows out. I don't know. Really torn on this because everybody who watches this show for even 2 or 3 weeks knows that I think Portugal and Douro especially is the next big area. And I'm talking 5-7 years from now. You know, I like archiving this stuff. Anyway, so what bothers me here is, here's one that's actually already gotten critical fame, 95 points, and I'm going to come on here and kind of beat it up a little bit. I think this is an 89-point wine. For 28 bucks, I'm going to say that's a pass. I'm worried about the overall complexity of this wine going forward over even the next 3 or 4 years. I could see this wine falling apart. Very hollow in a lot of areas. And to be honest with you, it really does taste like a $15 Zinfandel that I can find all day long. I mean, Dry Creek Red Zin? Hey, how are you? No, I'm a Portuguese wine that scored 95 points. Get out of here. That's what really just went through my mind. So, you know, it's a shame, and I apologize, especially to a place in the world that I think is going to shock everybody. But this wine put my pants on even tighter, and that's a problem. Now, we are talking about a wine that everybody has lost their minds for. This has become the new cult wine. This is the Molly Duker. This is the Marquis Phillips. This is the Phelps Insignia, Cinquenon, whatever gets people completely emotional and yelling at me and wanting to fight me over allocations. This has become one of them. This is the Clio from Humia. This is a Mourvedre Cabernet blend, 93 points Josh Reynolds, $38 US. I completely adored the 2004 effort of this wine. I've also been liking this wine for several years now. It's a massive, explosive New World bomb. Let's see how the 05 is stacking up. I've been really excited about trying this. I know that a lot of people have bought this wine from us already. We have sold a lot of this. So let's see what's going on here. 38, John McGraw. Interesting. Great color, like always. And let's see what it's doing aromatically when we give this wine a smell and inject it into our nasal contraption. There's so much oak in this wine. It's just, coming across with enormous amounts of vanilla cream, strawberry jam, just... It smells like a dessert. There's nothing else to say, and I use that term a lot, and unfortunately, I wish I didn't as much, just to, you know, be able to really sell you on how dessert-like this nose comes across. I mean, this is smelling exactly like candy, induced with vanilla and, like, chocolate spread, and... Yeah, this is, you know, a heart attack city. This is, you know, you're gaining pounds if you smell this. 168. 169. 170. I mean, this is really, really viscous, explosive, dessert-like candy on the nose. Let's give it a whirl. It's getting hard to score wines like this. On the one hand, I can't go and destroy Molly Duker and pan it and love this. On the flip side, this Clio should be rewarded for having the ability to contain its explosiveness. I mean, some people just know how, you know, some people are diesel, and when they wear street clothes, they look kind of, you know, look fine, you know, and other people wear, like, Zubaz pants and tight tees and scare the crap out of you, and got the hairy back. I mean, you know, this is a wine that somehow contains its voluptuousness. It's, like, not skanky. It's classy, even though it's loaded. Like, bam, bam. This wine is bam, bam, but dresses in a way, and that's what the tannins and the acidity and the balance, when I say dressing, that's what I'm referring to. This wine, even though loaded with absolutely obnoxious fruit that is so viscous, that is so Roger Clemens'd out, that is almost preposterous that this is a wine and not some sort of fruit juice injected alcoholic beverage, yet it's able to somehow contain it in a classic instead of slutty form. Does that make sense? It really does to me, and especially when I taste this wine. That's saying it might be showing a little too much cleave, this vintage. It's getting a little bit over the roller coaster. It's like, you know, roller coasters are awesome, and you get the top, and then the downs, that's actually not good. I don't, there's things that, you know, the climb's awesome, the climax is perfect, and then you're on your way down, and this feels like it's just starting to hit that way on the way down. Oh, I'll tell you what. It reminds me of my fantasy baseball draft. From the day the draft is over, I'm already looking at the calendar thinking about the next year's draft. I enjoy it. We do it with 9 to 10 other members at Wine Library. It's very family. We enjoy it. I talk the whole time. What a surprise. It's a lot of fun. So, you know, usually about 13 to 25 players into the draft, I start getting sad because I know it's going to come to an end. That's what this wine's doing to me. Even though it's awesome and it's fruity, there's a part where I'm hitting a sadness because it's just gone a tad too far. And so, all in all, I think it's a solid effort wine. This is, I mean, I haven't done this in a while. Psst. If you're an old world fan, you need to not only leave your home, but you may want to leave the state. Because this wine is purely made for New World fruit bomb addicted to the fruit people. I mean, addicted to the fruit. And so, I'm going to score this wine 91 points. I like it. If I'm looking for that kind of action, I will find it. I know where to look it up in the yellow pages. I like it. But, all in all, the Clio is starting to get up to a place where it might, at least for my palate, maybe I've evolved over the last 6 months, 8 months, it's starting to get to a place where this feels a little fakey fake, and but it's still good. It's still a nice wine. So that was a really intense tasting note. Quintessa, 2004 Red, from Napa, very famous wine, very Opus One-esque these days. It's $100 US. It spends 18 months in New French Oak, and it is 95 points, Wine Enthusiast. And it is also one of the biggest selling wines on the restaurateur levels. Really, really very popular wine. Again, has kind of given itself a little bit of an Opus One cachet. Aaron Potts, the winemaker, is a guy who I have nothing but the utmost respect for. I think he's one of the best young winemakers in the world, hands down. I've had the privilege of spending a couple hours with him here and there. And so I'm excited about trying this effort. It'd be great to see what's going on here. So let's give it a little bit of a sniffy sniff, shall we? Oh, I like this. It smells a little bit like a sewer, and I think that's kind of cool. It's actually coming across far less New World And this is maybe where Aaron's Old World love is coming through. But this has a little bit of funkiness. I like it. It's got a little hint of garbage. You know, good old New York City garbage. You know, it's on the streets. Don't be scared of it. It's fine. It's got some really interesting raspberry components. Very subtle, though. I do get a good chunk of oak. There is a... Get off me. You know, a little bit of that. It's like the oak monster almost got me, but I was able to tear away, so I feel like it's okay. There is some black raspberry fruit kind of components going on here, so let's give it a whirl. Really dark chocolate. Ooh, really firm, nice solid tannins, nice creaminess. This is a nice bottle of California wine. I find it ironic that I was unable to at all figure out what the blend of this wine is. I even went on Google, which I never do, and trying to find it for you. I don't know what it is. I think it's Cabernet based, but I'm not even sure. Good richness, good explosiveness, really well made. Great polish. The fruit is very pure. I like this wine. I think this is rolling in as a 92 plus point bottle of wine. I like it. I have no issues with the Quintessa 2004. It has been a wine that I've been very hot and cold on, rated as high as 95 for the 97 or 99, 97 vintage, rated in the 80s for many vintages, but I find this 04 has got a nice balance. It does remind me a little bit more of classic Bordeaux than it does of the California cult wine scene. The freshness of the fruit is very impressive. The back end, almost a bitter, almost like Tannat-like balance on the back end is very impressive. I like the transition of the mid-palate red fruit to a more darker black fruit mixing with dark chocolate components. This is a wine I can feel and enjoy. And as a matter of fact, this is a wine that'd be really interesting to sit down and get cozy with in a decanter and think about it and work a crossword puzzle and then come back to it on Sunday morning and watch it and drink it and feel it and really think it. Because this is like a good book. I mean, this is an interesting wine. I'm very happy with this effort, and unfortunately it's 100 bones, so you know, it's tough to, you know, drop a benjo on this, but you know, that's the way it is. It is a wine that I would recommend in a bind if you're at a restaurant and it's short list and it's Cake Bread, Camus, Opus 1, Quintessa, 04, snag it. I think the bosses will be impressed, and more importantly, if not, just tell them it tastes much more like a Lafite than an Opus and a Camus, and they may think you're cool. By the way, you'd be right, and it's a very good effort. I like this. I like the feel of today's show. It was really like into the wines. I was really focused. What do you think, Mont?
It was good. 4 out of 5.
Was it 4 to 5? And don't even... well, yeah. Anyway, question of the day. A lot of emails yesterday on the same kind of subject. Gary, I bet you in 2008 you're going to be... I bet you in 2008... I bet you in 2008 you're going to stop. You're going to be in the Food Network. Buy the Jets. Yeah, I like that one. Anyway... what is your prediction for the Thunder Show in 2008? I'd love to see some lurkers help me out here. But I'm not giving away the store. Because you, with a little bit of me, I appreciate all of you. I hope I see a bunch of you tomorrow in the shop because I'll be here all day. We're changing the wine world.